there's a very small minority of people today who argue that, you know, the Prophet Lut alayhi salam's time was misunderstood. Yeah. And actually, you know, this isn't a serious challenge to the Quran. Yeah. And I don't think we should perceive it to be a serious challenge to the Quran. And I don't think we should take it seriously at an academic level. It's a very weak, made up perspective from Muslims, mainly Muslims, who want to justify their desire, justify what they're doing from a Islamic perspective, just to reconcile their hearts with the perceived notion that they're committing acts which are forbidden in Islam. And I think with this, it's really important that we understand this. And from that perspective, it's an interesting thing that they say things like, at the time of Lut alayhi salam, the people were destroyed because they not because they had men approached men sexually, yeah, committed sodomy, but because they were inhospitable to their guests, and because they approached men without consent, even though the idea of consent didn't really exist in those days. So it's a very modern perspective on that. But one interesting thing was, you know, the angels Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down to tell Lut alayhi salam that he was about to send a just punishment to these people. And so they wanted to attack these people. Now, in hospitality to guests wasn't a reason, because those guests who came, which they wanted to attack, came after the decision by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to attack the people. So it's this idea that that we need to relook at this is very problematic, but it's not a serious one. So the people of Lut alayhi salam, they did an act which nobody in history had previously done. It was the first time in history where people went against what was perceived to be the natural, ordered, normative way of interaction sexually between people, which was through family and through marriage. Marriage being the cornerstone of every civilization, every society, where a man and woman would commit to a relationship in which they would raise children. And that would be a small microcosm of society, and strong societies were based upon strong families. That existed from the time of Adam alayhi salam all the way up to the modern age.